Hey Dave, we've been here chatting for a while now. One thing that is sort of a reoccurring theme here is just about how mobile you actually are.
Yeah.
Is that your sort of standard approach? Would you always be mobile?
I like being mobile. I like to obviously be on fish, and fish are mobile themselves. They swim about, move from place to place. Yeah. It depends really. I think on bigger waters I'm probably tend to be less mobile than I do on small waters. I think the reason for that is on these sort of waters, big gravel pits, I fished like here's 90 acres, but I fished Sonning, which was 240, I think, big pits. Yeah. It helps if you can create something, and mobility sort of goes against that a little bit. You start fishing in one area and putting a bit of bait in, and the next minute you want to be fishing over there and putting a bit of bait in. Yeah. And the fish don't know what's going on, Whereas if we take Sonning for an example, when I was on there, I picked an area, sort of an unfancied area really. There weren't even any swims there as such. Me and mate Keith cut down a couple of swims, found a couple of nice features, and on the first night we did, he caught a good mid-30 linear, which was good fish for them. So we decided to concentrate on it, and we just baited and baited and baited and baited, and purely through bait we created an area that was blinding. It was one of the best swims on the lake, and it was within an area that shouldn't have been. You know what I mean? They come there occasionally. It was on the wrong end for the winds. Everything was sort of wrong about it. But in the end, we had them come in there every night. Couldn't get bites in the day, but they used to come up these bars at night and feed on this baited spot. We had 2 or 3 like in a row, and we used to get fish every night. Every night. And it's purely by bait.
That's something that a lot of people sort of ask about is when you're baiting up things like that. You've got to do it with conviction, haven't you? Once you start, it will come
absolutely.
good. These food source baits that we're using from Mainline, the more you put in, you start getting the confidence. Yeah. You do get those.
Oh, they come back.
The results.
They just keep coming back for it. And you can bait the whole lake, and you can move about, and they'll recognise the bait, the label on the bait, and eat it, which is great. But if you're trying to get them to feed in an area to make it easier for you, like on Sonning, I don't know, at least 50%, more than that, was out of bounds. And that was the nice area. That's where all the islands and weed beds, that's where they wanted to be. The snags were there. The bit we had was rubbish. It was just a dead straight bank with nothing. So we had to create a reason for them to keep coming back there. And bait was the only way we could do that. And, after sort of two months, maybe 3 months, baiting and catching, you could see the spot as you walked along the bank of the lake. You could just see it glowing. Where they'd torn it to shreds. They'd stripped the edge of the tops of the bars, just glowing, and they just kept on coming and coming.
And one fish in particular?
Well, he came there twice. Funny enough, this was the first year, and neither myself nor Keith, who'd done all the work in these swims, caught him from there. He got caught twice by 2 different anglers. One was a friend of ours who was just up for a guest night, and caught it. That was fair enough. He was fishing with us, and it was just unfortunate for us, fortunate for him. The other was obviously the swim became popular. Then people wanted to try and get in there, and somebody got there early specifically to get there before me, which is fair enough. But I sort of treated it was like my swim really. I created it. And he caught the big one from there. So the next year I did exactly the same in a more restricted area of the lake where no one else ever went, and did the bait thing again from scratch, and then eventually I caught it at £55. And that was over a lot of bait. I probably put more bait in the second year than I had the first year because I knew they wanted it, and I was baiting on a hump, and occasionally I'd sneak out in a boat and have a little prod and see how it was going, and it went from a few stones in a sort of clay hump, and by the end of the campaign it was just a pile of stones. It sucked out all the silt, all the mud had gone. It totally changed, and they were getting there again every night.
So you encouraged that fish into an area with your bait then, not just once,
twice.
But twice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a brilliant message to anybody thinking about a baiting campaign. Do it with conviction. I think that's the message here.
Oh, definitely,
And the results will come.
You've got to be committed to what you're doing if you're going to do. I find it hard to do one spot. I really do, and I find it easier on big pits, like I say, because I know it's working towards something. But on smaller lakes, I can see the fish over the other side, and I'm off. But even then, if you're putting bait in all around the lake, they're getting used to the bait as well. So it's a sort of double-edged sword, really. You can either do it on spots, or you can just rely on the bait catching them wherever they happen to be at the time.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Dave. I think
No
that's
problem.
some good advice there for anybody. Thanks a lot.
No problem.